Hello, I'm Jessie Ray, and this is Chiron's Key Tarot. Thank you for joining me for this reading today, Leo, and I hope that this reading finds you well. We are going to be doing a general reading for the full moon that is happening in the sign of Pisces on August 30th. I'm going to read the Sabian symbol to kind of give the overall energy and flavor of this full moon. And so this is a call to action. The symbol speaks to self-refinement and the development of special expertise and skill. The image of a girl blowing a bugle emphasizes personal responsibility and pride in accomplishment. The suggestion here is that the individuals find their ultimate happiness through being of genuine service to others and finding a special niche for themselves among their fellows. On a practical level, this degree can indicate a wake-up call, bragging or tooting one's own horn. At the positive, its highest, the symbol represents directness and a special gift for finding opportunities to demonstrate competency and talent. And the negative is intrusive or loud attention-getting behavior. And the opportunity is your greatest advantage lies in being prepared to take action. Keep your wits about you and do what has to be done. Be responsible. And the risk is guarding against dismissing some signal you find as a false alarm. Try not to have everything in your life so ordered and controlled that you can't handle the unexpected emergency or take advantage of an opportunity that you have been waiting for. So Leo, if you are a Leo rising that's watching this reading, this is going to be taking place in your natal 8th house. And natal 8th house, the 8th house is taxes, inheritance, shared resources with others, other people's money, other people's finances. And it's going to be opposing here with this Mercury in retrograde. That the Mercury is, oh my goodness, your cards. The Mercury part is going to be taking place in your 2nd house, which is all about your personal finances, your personal resources. So the full moon's going to be illuminating the resources that you share with others, money that you might owe others, money that other people might owe you. And then the Mercury is going to come through and say, hey, let's take a look at your personal finances. So I'm really feeling like a lot of this energy for you guys is really going to be around finances for you guys, how you're spending your money, where you're spending your money, if you need to cut somebody off that you've been giving too much money to. And let's dive deeper into this with the tarot here. Almost done pulling your cards. But with Mercury going retrograde in Virgo is they can go deep. They get all of the details. They do really good research, make sure they have all of the pieces in place. And I feel like you guys are really going to be taking an extra critical look at your personal finances later this month. Realizing what you can and cannot help other people with and where you need to kind of help yourself. So with this Hermit, I feel like you guys have kind of been really taking time to be introspective. How have you been relating with others? I know that you guys have been kind of going through some big schedules, kind of trying to find balance between work and home, both places feeling like they're kind of pulling you. Home wants attention, work wants attention, special creative projects, want attention. And with the sun currently being in Leo right now, it's really putting an emphasis. And I feel like you guys have kind of gone into a little bit of an introspective part to be like, okay, this is what I really want, and really kind of finding balance about what you really want and having that kind of also be first in line, as well as balancing work and home life. And with Judgment, I feel like things are just being released around you, especially around the time of this full moon, things kind of coming to completion. In regards to how you share things with others. There's a sense of really kind of getting that critical thinking going on around how we're relating with others, how we're helping others. Can we continue to help others in the way that we've been helping? And Spirit really just asking you to kind of take a look at the things that may need to be released. And I feel like that's going to kind kind of open up a whole new path for you guys with this Fool card. I feel like there's going to be some type of like a financial breakthrough, or an inheritance might come through for you guys, or you guys might pay off a tax debt that kind of frees you guys and you're able to move forward. And resting and retreating around the time of this full moon might be beneficial for some of you. So I really feel like lately that's been kind of requiring a lot of strength to kind of keep the balance. And I feel like some of you have kind of found it a little tiny bit burdensome. As much as you love all of these different things that you guys do, I also feel like you're sacrificing your self time just being alone with yourself. You know, watching a movie by yourself, going on a walk by yourself, just having the home to just be yours for the day, and just being able to just be at home by yourself with no other energies around you. I just get this sense that there's a wanting to have a little bit more personal time. And even though things have been really, I feel like for some of you feeling a little bit more magical, there's still a little bit of that burdensome energy that you guys are working to tease out. And with this Judgment card, I feel like around the time of this full moon, it's going to come to fruition. There's going to shine a light on an area in which it's like, okay, this just needs to be worked out a little bit more, and something might need to go. Something might need to be released. But I'm feeling like that shouldn't, like, that no more personal time should be sacrificed, I feel like, for some of you. Okay, so yeah. And Venus is also in retrograde. So, you know, and Venus is retrograde in your sign. So how, you know, she's asking you how to reevaluate how you find pleasure, how you find joy, how you know, are being able to bring that to yourself too, and how you are relating to yourself in a more joyful way. Four of Swords. I really feel like for some of you around the time of this full moon, you guys should really like consider taking some rest. Really kind of maybe potentially putting a creative project on hold. But there's like, it's this inner wisdom or inner guidance that's going to come over you guys too around the time of this full moon. And I feel like it's just going to shed a little bit of some wisdom that you guys have been seeking around finding some answers, finding some problem solving, needing to get really creative with how we are kind of balancing things out. And I just feel like, I just feel like there's going to be some type of like an insightful breakthrough that's going to come through, especially if you kind of give yourself some quiet time around this full moon. Really try to connect with spirit, reflect on the things that have been working and the places in which you still feel are slightly burdensome, and how you can switch up the schedule or just switch something up a little bit, but not necessarily completely walking away from something, you know, that you are really passionate about, or that like brings you some creative joy. Okay. And with this Fool card, you've got the Judgment again. There is just kind of this real releasing, right? Allowing to have an understanding that maybe not all of these things can be done, right? Like maybe you're gonna, because I feel like your guys' schedule, I mean, my schedule's been busy, and as I'm doing this reading right now, I mean, the energy is just running back and forth, and I'm like, whoo, okay, like this has been pretty intense for some of you guys. And I feel like you guys, it's been driven by passion and been driven by this creative force of love and wanting to do this, but there is kind of this energetic thing that kind of keeps happening in which you kind of burn yourself out, and then you're realizing, I have to release something. I can't maybe necessarily do all of these things. So how can we combine it? How can we condense it down? I don't want you to give it up, but there is a sense of needing to make sure that we are in a sustainable type of energy, right? To keep this going. And with the Lovers, how you guys are kind of relating, right? How you're relating with your projects and your own personal time and your family and your work, really just kind of feeling like everybody wants your attention right now, is just how I'm really feeling this energy. Everybody wants a piece of Leo. And Leo's like, I know, I want a piece of myself too. So there's just some changes I feel like that are going to be coming up for you. And with Mercury going retrograde in your guys' second house, personal finances, personal resources, internal emotions, and really some growth coming from this, but needing to kind of tease out that energy a little bit around how you can kind of be able to keep all of the things that you're really passionate about going, because I feel like for some of you these creative projects are really important to you guys. And for you guys, it's like my home is important to me, and my work, and my creative, and my self sanity, right? My own personal sanity within my mind. I feel like those are kind of the three big things that are coming up for this reading. So really getting kind of down to those details during this Mercury retrograde might really help to bring about some clarity once we've gone through the retrograde. Nobody's going to find clarity in a retrograde, but at the end, right? That's when the magic happens. So it's okay to let go. So maybe there is something with you got the Judgment card twice, and that's really the energy that's coming from those Judgment cards is that releasing. Okay. The Judgment card talks about a lot of things, but right now they're really showing me that releasing of kind of that last little piece, right? And it could even be like an expectation that you have. Maybe you have to kind of get a little bit more realistic about your own expectations. And I am present. I feel like you guys have really been feeling your way through this. And I trust in the timing of life. So kind of with that Judgment card, kind of a little bit of that faith-based, like, okay, the universe is balancing things out. The universe is showing me some of these areas to kind of tease out. So hopefully something in this message resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I am sending you all the best on this full moon in Pisces, Leo. Take care.